And just like that, we live once again on a good Saturday. Saturday afternoon. Yes. Welcome to Key and Carry, where we key.
And we carry.
I'm Damon.
I am Troy.
And we live. Of course, nobody's here yet, but shout out to everybody that's gonna watch this in the playback, as we always say. We need to get one of those counters so that because we always come in and we're like, oh wait, nobody's here. So like maybe we should get one of those counters to but we be late sometimes, so I don't know. Maybe that's not the best option. But yeah, we are here to review Chasing Atlanta Forever, season 6, episode 9, entitled Smoked Sausages?
Smoking sausages.
Smoking sausages. Okay. Ooh.
Should have been sausages, but I forgot. PG-13 show. My bad.
Kids show. Do you know why they entitled it this? Did I miss something?
I think it was because it was supposed to be because of the meat market, but it didn't turn out to be a meat market.
I was gonna say the meat market with no meat. Very little to no meat.
We gonna get to it because I have thoughts on this meat market.
I do as well. I also have some thoughts.
Very, very interesting.
And I guess to address the elephant in the room, all of this shit that has transpired since the last episode.
Yes.
I don't be on
King Kane's early morning live, baby. It's early morning live. It was a lot.
Jesus.
You know what's crazy?
At an ungodly hour.
I can always tell how my day is gonna be. I can always predict how my day is gonna go when I log on Instagram at like 5 o'clock and it's some bullshit. 5 o'clock in the morning. When I didn't even punch the clock yet and Instagram was already on some bullshit, that's how I know my day is about to go.
You I didn't even get to brush my teeth yet. Y'all on some bullshit. Jesus. Oh my God. But a lot has happened. I guess we'll get into it when more people come in. Of course, if you're watching this in the playback, shout out to you. Yeah. But also leave a like, comment, of course. Let us know your thoughts on anything we talk about or anything we didn't talk about. Follow. Shout out to the people that are subscribing. We're getting more subscribers. Shout out to that.
Still on our journey to 500 subs.
Yes. So we will get there.
Thank you to you guys for all your support.
Yes. Also, edited review coming out soon. Very soon. So yeah, I know people like the first one, so I'll do another one, I guess. And I'll keep doing them if people keep watching them, of course. But should we get into the episode? Just your thoughts? General thoughts? So, I'm sorry, you're leading this. My bad.
You're fine. You're good. So episode 9, I felt like this was this episode was better than the previous episode, I would say. I feel like this episode was kind of like kind of group heavy, if that makes sense. I feel like every scene there was like there were 4+ group members or cast members in every scene. So I just felt like this episode was just focused on like the cast spending time together and hanging out, which I like. Group activities. This scene kind of consisted of like a few group activities, which I thought was cool. So I felt like if the rest of this season, or if this season was kind of like this episode where it was just focused on the group hanging out and just doing stuff, planning activities, or if the episode, or if this season had more of the structure of this episode, I feel like it would feel like more of like a season finale. Just the cast hanging out, even if it is like slight drama or just a little bit of drama, just the cast hanging out, doing shit and bonding I feel like that would make this season more dynamic. It would feel more like a chasing, or it would feel like more of a finale to me. That's just my opinion. No shade. No shade.
Is this the finale?
Well, this is the finale season. So I'm saying.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, this is the finale episode? Jesus, I didn't even realize that. Okay, but yes, I get what you mean now. Yes. Yeah, okay. It does not. Yeah, and I know we've kind of talked about that. Like, it doesn't really feel like a finale season. But But I guess it is what it is. A lot of shit is happening, so I guess they're going out with a bang. But before I get my thoughts, I just want to highlight some comments. Shout out to Pickens players who changed their name. You a bald headed peon. Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
I hope nobody said this to you. Jesus Christ. I live though. Happy Saturday. This drama is wrong. Yes, happy Saturday. Appreciate you for being here. Yes, the drama is crazy. Yeah, we gonna get into it.
Yes, thank you everybody
but
everybody that's in the chat.
yes. Hey Miss Eve, thank you for being here.
Spicy Original.
Hey, Spicy Original, yes. Thank you for coming through. Yes, all the girls came in at the same time. Appreciate y'all. Yes. Hey, I am Serenity.
Yes,
she said, hey y'all.
Yes,
y'all know
for coming through.
Yes, she said, y'all know I'm ready to talk about this drama this week. Yes, we gotta get into it because a lot happened in the episode and a lot happened off the episode. So we gonna get into it. Yes, we were just talking about that, Miss Eve. The tea with this cast. I will say that, like, I feel like on camera, I don't know if this was the best cast to choose, but off camera, a lot of stuff is happening, mainly with King. So I don't know. Yes. I guess we gonna get to it, but yes, definitely feel free to stay in the chat. We'll definitely go back and highlight some comments. But yeah, just to get my thoughts on this episode, it was kind of a lot. I mean, they have like longer episodes. I didn't think it was a bad episode. I feel like I wanted to see more like chasing, I guess you could say. It was a lot of drama. And I kind of feel like I have the same notes over and over again, like people coming into scenes and like leading with the drama and not really talking about anything else aside from the drama. But we did get a couple like moments of people like doing things, I guess you could say. So I did appreciate that. I do wonder, just in terms of like how much production, like how much they have their hands on like producing the season, just because it seems like the cast is producing the season. And I feel like that's not really giving. Like, I feel like they need the producers to come in and like structure the story and like let things happen. I feel like when they leave it to other people, it gets like messy and then people start to hide shit. And it's just kind of like, you're on a show. Like, let's put everything on the table. We're not entitled to know everything about your life, but like if it pertains to the group, like put it on the table. Like, why not? Don't put it on the floor. Like, Lotto, put it on the table for sure. But yes, the chat is chatting right now. Like Miss E said, Kane should have woke everybody up at 5 a.m. He should have gone live at 4 a.m. on his Melanie Fiona shit.
Like, don't put Tonka through that. Goodness, it's 4 a.m. My love won't answer. Because he's up on Instagram cutting up. My goodness.
Right. I already said, okay, Trey looking good. Never seen him without the do-rag. Yes. Look at Trey shining. Shining and getting compliments. Yes.
Thank you, Serenity.
Yes. But yeah, do we want to get into the episode or
excuse me. So the review or the format for this review is similar to last week's favorite moment, shadiest moment, funny moment, favorite of the episode, least favorite, best fit, of course, because we go up for a bad wiggy do and a very cute outfit. But also feel free to let us know as we're going through these moments, like your favorite moment, and if you have a favorite fit or if you have a favorite of the episode. I feel like everybody's favorite right now is probably Kane, because Kane woke some tea up. So shout out to Kane.
Well, I don't even want to wake that tea up. Wake that tea up.
Like the fans watching, they appreciate Kane. Yes. Now Dario in production now, probably not a fan of Kane right now. So no. My
she's canceled.
Okay, so my favorite baby. Listen, shout out to Queen Kane. I really like Tonka, and I just kind of feel just kind of bad that I just feel like Tonka is just reserved
Yeah.
and kind of just poised and
It's
great. And then
interesting.
Kane, on the other hand, is kind of like Kane is wilding, baby. Kind of like Gina and
Yes.
Martin. The first season of Martin is
I
kind
could
of
see
giving
that.
that. It's kind of giving
Yes. He was definitely wilding those first couple seasons.
that.
And Gina was the one to like reel him in with like common sense.
And she's supposed to walk
But
out the
yes,
room and he listen. I okay. We're gonna get to it. Kane is just doing a lot. Kane is just doing a
hey
lot.
Ashley Monet.
Yes, thank you for being
Shout
here,
out to you.
Ashley.
Thank you for
Shout out to
being
everybody that's
here.
here on this Saturday, baby. Like,
Yes, appreciate y'all.
like I said earlier, between the actual episode and King Kane's live, a lot has happened in like the last 48 hours.
A lot is going on. Yes. And like, I'm sorry, like I think y'all already know. I don't really be like once the show is over, I don't I check out. Like I feel like I already dedicate so much time to like editing and like doing notes that I'm just like, once the show is over. But I did watch the after show. I did watch like most of the after show. So I'm doing better. But yeah, shout out to Troy for letting me know tea of what was going on. But yeah, I feel like Kane is definitely this is not really this isn't the Kane that I remember from past seasons. I feel like something is up, something is going on. I don't know if there's something going on in his life, but he's definitely giving like he's spiraling or something. I don't know. And it's not funny, but it's just like the actions that you're choosing to take are very weird to me. But of course, let us know y'all thoughts. We'll get more into it as we get into the episode.
So yes, my first favorite moment of the episode. So I just want to say that I feel like this, like I said in my general thoughts, this episode was kind of like big on kind of just the group hanging out, support. So my first favorite moment, or the first moment that I just like stood out to me was Tonka's audition, the music audition for her music video, Runway 101. I just said I love the support from like the people that came out to audition and even the cast members. Like I think 5 people came out, to support. I was like, damn, that's kind of a large turnout considering like auditioning.
Better than 4. Better than 4.
Yes. I just said, shout out to the cast that came out to support Tonka, and then all the thick bodies that came down to Vogue and was twisting and dipping it. Yes. And Melly B was in the building, which really surprised me.
I did peep that.
I said,
and they say nothing. I'm like, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a scene with Melly B in it and he ain't say nothing. So very interesting.
Dario's probably just like, listen, you on the other show, so cameo.
Don't give him a mic. Don't give him a mic, baby.
Well, you know how they treat.
Why do I feel like
you know how the Chasing Cash? You know how the Chasing Cash treats other people of other reality web series. So
that is true. It's very like y'all are our sons. Like we don't claim y'all. But I feel like the scene could have went if they did give Melly B a mic. It could have been that scene on Raw Housewives of Atlanta when Kenya went to Cynthia's modeling agency and was acting a damn fool.
Yes.
I feel like that's what it would have given. That's what it was gonna give. Like just acting a damn fool. But he didn't get a mic, so he was on his best behavior.
It's not coochie crack. My goodness.
Yeah. I said that, I mean, I'm not really here for the Kane and Tonka relationship. I'm going to be honest. But I did like how when Kane showed up, how Tonka, like, you could tell, like, Tonka actually, like, likes him, is attracted to him, and wants something to happen between them. So I just like to see how her, like, she kind of melted when she saw him. So I thought that was kind of cute. But yeah, I was just like,
baby, it was this not repeat thinking about Kane's live and then the scene of Kane coming to greet Tonka and Cassidon.
It's like another layer of context. Like
it was a lot to take in, like goodness. But again, I just felt like it was really good to for the cast to come out support Tonka. I'm big on support, especially in like a friend group. So aside from like the drama, like that drama came because Kane, Seven getting to like their thing or whatever. But the support was cool. I just kind of wish Tonka would. Well, let me say on the show, I wish Tonka would have kind of put her foot down in certain situations. Like, we will talk about it, but
Mm-hmm.
following the auditions, they would go outside and it's just crazy from there. And I was just like, Kane's kind of doing a lot, especially like,
Yeah, doing the most,
yeah, we'll talk about it
honestly.
because that's in my shady moment. It's
I To me it's weird because I feel like obviously Tonka snatched up Kane that one time, but it's like outside of that, it's just been like little moments where it's like, you're not gonna say nothing. Like I feel like even if I like you, even if we're dating, like I'm quick to be
right,
like, what? Like what happened? Like
right.
I'm trying to understand what just came out of your mouth. Like
I
I don't.
believe
But
we had this conversation. I don't know if it was this season of Chasing or if it was like another show we reviewed, but we talked about like how to kind of react, or like if your partner is kind of wilding and y'all in public, you don't reprimand them,
mhm.
slap them on the wrist right there. You be like, hey, chill, and then when
Right.
we're in private, I'm gonna cut you the fuck out. But I kind of just wish, yeah, like you said, Tonka was just put her, especially in public, baby.
Yeah.
Like we can't be in public, especially if this is an event that I put on, and this is like
Right.
something that is a music video for me, and you are somehow or somewhat attached to me. Like we're talking, it's just not a good look. Like if I'm leaving the audition and the dude that you're supposed to be talking to or dating is literally outside the venue wilding, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
beat this bitch up.
I mean,
We gonna get to it. Kay was
the ghetto
wilding,
child, the
baby.
ghetto. You can kind of tell that, like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tonka is kind of like the maybe the type of person that like doesn't like when they get into like a situation with somebody, like their like boundaries maybe go out the window. Like I don't want to say it like that, but like they just kind of let stuff slide because they like them, and it's just kind of like no, you should still keep those boundaries because just because you like this person doesn't mean that they're good for you and that they have your best interests. So
Right.
um yeah, I
So
just
I
feel
don't want to
like
say it,
ever
but it
since
might be Woodman ties. I'm gonna say Woodman ties because I don't need YouTube to snatch this live, but
wait, who ties?
Woodman ties, baby.
Oh, but they haven't had yet.
They saying they ain't had, but
That's another issue. Oh, you think it's okay?
that ain't my
Okay,
business. But they
maybe
saying they had, but even just if they haven't,
it's
why
giving
would
that they
you
did.
not?
Yeah,
Why?
I
Let me
could
just
definitely
speak for
see that.
myself. If I'm dating somebody, or if we're talking to somebody and they're showing me
Hey,
like
Will.
red flag, that's so thank you for being here. Shout
Sorry
out
to
to
interrupt.
everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's here right
Yes,
now. But if I'm just
yes, appreciate
dating somebody, and this is vice versa, so let me say if I'm dating somebody and we're out in public and I'm wilding, like um no,
you. Yeah,
it's
I mean, I feel like that's a bad look. And let us know in the chat how y'all feel about it. I feel like it's definitely a bad look if you're I don't know. I feel like it's a bad look if I have to like reel you in. Like I don't know. I feel like if we both adults, like we both should be able to like conduct. And I know things happen, but like it's kind of a bad look to me if I have to like calm you down. Like I know people get into situations where they might need somebody to be there for them, but it's just
babe,
like
calm down, babe.
yes. Somebody said I just want to be the girl at the party calming down her boyfriend. Babe, calm down, babe. It's not that serious. Like hood
Oh my
antics.
gosh.
Oh my god. But yes, I am Serenity said there's a time and place for everything.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to learn that for sure. And no shade, like, I'm a work in progress. We all a work in progress. But do you get the feeling that a lot of the things that people go through on this show, it's like I feel like this is something that a teenager would go through. Like I feel like this is something that like someone in their early 20s would learn. And I'm not trying to put a number on anybody's growth, but it's just like, how do you like Kane? How old are you? Let's act our age.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I can say that for a couple of people, but yeah, the ignorance is not a good look for Tonka. And it's unfortunate that like that even extends over to Tonka. Like, yeah,
Right.
we it's like he's acting the fool, so now we're looking at Tonka like,
Right.
what you doing, you know?
And I thought
But
Jay's dislike for we'll talk about it, but I just thought Jay's dislike for Kane was like exaggerated, and I kind of see why. Like,
yeah,
oh yeah, you're definitely not like a
I
good
see it
fit
now.
for my friend. So
Yeah. Even the whole like so they're like sitting down and like basically like Kane just asserts himself as the leading man, which I thought could have been played off in a cuter way. Like clearly he's like, oh, like we dating, so I'm the leading man. But the way he said it was just very off-putting to me, like almost like you're demanding to be the leading man. And it's just like, okay, like relax. And then even just like not respecting Tonka's pronouns. I could see if you made a mistake and was like, oh shit,
yeah,
my bad, she or they. But just the way he was like, I'll call Tonka whatever I want. It's like, bro, like, calm down. That's a little, I wouldn't even say that's a little disrespectful. That's just outright disrespectful.
yeah,
Like, if somebody wants to be called something and identifies as something, like, shouldn't you respect that? Like,
it's right.
so
Especially if this is a person that you're trying to
you
build
like, you have
a
feelings
relationship
for,
with, friendship with, and a
apparently.
relationship with. Like,
Yeah. I get the feeling that I get the feeling that Kane is sexually attracted to Tonka, but I don't know if they have chemistry outside of that. That's what I'm getting. Because
okay,
I feel like at first I was like, they don't really have chemistry. But then I was like, well, when Tonka yoked up Kane, I was like, okay, I see it there. But it's like outside of that, I haven't really saw that.
mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I wonder, is it just a sexual thing? Especially since we know Kane is running around like a like an unneutered dog trying to hump everybody's leg. Like, so I wonder if that's kind of what it is. And Will, I also might agree. I agree with you. The relationship is starting to give stage. Yes. I think it's giving opportunities on Kane's side, just being honest. I love Tonka, but I just feel like it's giving like this is convenient for me. So let me,
It is.
add this to my list of storylines that I'm a part of. Um, but yeah, I just thought that was super disrespectful and uncalled
Mm-hmm.
for. But I did peep how Tonka corrected Rico, but not Kane. I was like, that's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Wouldn't you be quick to correct your partner, the person that
Mm-hmm.
you're in this situation with,
Listen, that's her
versus
man, and she gonna stick beside him.
bonded and all, child. Anyway, that's a deep cut. But anyway,
My goodness, that is a deep cut. I'm still confused on like Monique said women shouldn't wear their bonnets out in public, but her husband doesn't work. So
you know
that's
what?
completely different. My
Here
bad.
we go.
I was just stuck on that.
Here we
Like your
go.
husband doesn't work, but you have an issue with seeing women out in bonnets. Yeah, you have a whole grown
He's
man who
her
does.
manager, Troy. Like, anyway, I thought the audition was cool. I
Mm-hmm.
wish they would have had a little more space since they death dropping and voguing and kicking and all of that. I wish they would have had a little more space.
Mm-hmm.
And I also would have wished we would have got like more feedback from the people that were there, like the judges or whatever,
Right,
or the
right,
people that they were auditioning for. I wish they would have had more interactions. Um, maybe at least this wasn't like the Bad Boys and Baddies auditions, okay,
my
from Zoo Network.
goodness.
Now that would have been that would have been a mess.
Baby. You walk in, ask a
That would
question,
have
and he
been a
literally
mess.
thumping the next second. My goodness.
Yes, child. Making them fight like this is a gladiator situation. Like this is inappropriate. But I will say one of my looks from this episode that I really liked. Jay's pants. Jay Moore's pants, they were like these like parachute pants. Um, yeah, it was like it's almost like he made them himself or something, but
Okay.
they were cool. They had like a parachute material. It was like different colors and different fabrics, I think. But yeah, they were cute. I was here for them for sure. Um, but yeah. Also, I wanted to say that Seven's skin when she sat down with Kane, flawless.
Mm-hmm.
I love her makeup out of drag. I guess somebody even said like her makeup out of drag is better than her makeup in drag. But yeah, Seven's skin was glowing. Makeup was great. Hair looked good. She looked really good in the scene when she sat down with
Mm-hmm.
Kane. Um, but yeah, I just also wanted to highlight that because I'm
Yes.
sure somebody be like, y'all don't be giving Seven her flowers. So
She did
you
look
know.
really good in that scene where she was talking to Ken. I zoned out because it's like I don't really care about this drama.
Yeah.
But Seven did really look good in that scene.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
so moving forward, just to my I'm sorry. Did you want to get to some comments? Because
Yes,
before
because
we move,
Will said Monique said her daddy don't have to work. Okay, like
mm,
I was waiting to highlight that one. Like daddy don't have to work, and I'm like, if anybody's working, it's daddy. Child, it's the
hello,
father of the
okay,
house.
okay, okay,
like,
or whatever the hell he said.
like,
Okay,
it's the man of the house, baby. But yes, shout out to Ashley. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But said why people keep saying it and hold on, let me see. Are we negating that he also called Tonka during the scene as well? Oh, the pronouns
oh
thing.
Kane,
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah, when
guess you
he
don't. Yeah, I don't think
when
Kane
Kane mentioned that
cares.
Tonka.
Like, yeah, I feel like Kane just don't care. He even said like, "Oh, I call Taco what I want." It's just like that's disrespectful. Like, what? Like, who does that? Um, and why are people saying Kane is using Tonka? Is it because of her weight that people are assuming that? Let's talk about it. I don't think so. Honestly, I think it's genuinely because I don't really see the chemistry between them outside of when Tonka yoked up Kane. Like that's the only time I saw chemistry, and that seemed to be sexual chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, it just doesn't really seem like there's chemistry on Kane's side, and I don't think it has anything to do with Tonka's weight. Because I do think sexually he's into Tonka, but and then even what Jay said, dropping that tea, so much tea dropping, child. You would think we was lifting. About him trying to have a threesome with I forgot who he was trying to who he walked in on and was trying to have a threesome with. So I just feel like it's giving like you going where the wind blow,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. But let us know, Ashley, how you feeling. Um, but yeah, I think Tonka has a great personality. I think Tonka is cute, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's a weight thing. I think it's just because I feel like he's trying to latch on to anybody. Like even telling Dom that he had a fat ass after arguing with him. It's like you just trying to latch on to anybody. It's like yeah, I don't know. That's from my point of view. It's giving opportunities, but
Okay.
it is what it is. Um, did you have any thoughts on that?
Uh, I don't really think it's. I won't say opportunist. I feel like it's more of a, and I hate to say this, but more of like a, maybe like you said, a physical thing, almost maybe like a fetish. Talk of being full figure,
Mm.
big body.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't really see because I don't know what I mean. I know Tonka is like a household name, and I know Tonka's really popular, but I don't really see Kane using, I guess, Tonka for, I guess, clout or being a uh, opportunist when they're on the same platform.
Mm.
Like no shade to Tonka into chasing, but I don't kind of.
I know we say like, people are on the same platform, but I do feel like I'm starting to like realize even though they're on the same platform, I do feel like people do have larger followings. Like Oliver is on the same platform as some of these people, but Oliver, you look at his platform, it's a lot larger, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I feel like that's kind of where I feel like he's not, I don't want to say he's using him. I just feel like it's more of like a convenience for him because I just don't really see the chemistry outside of when Tonka snatched him up. I don't know. But if y'all see it, let me know how y'all feel about it. But she said, I don't think they're giving Tonka and Kane a fair chance. Really, they trying to paint Kane as this whore when they dipping and diving with each other. Ashley, that's a good point. Ashley, that's a really good point because as we found out, the girls are happy. The girls and the guys are having. So I don't think that they can call Kane, you know, they can't really paint him with that scarlet letter when they're also having behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff is happening behind closed doors. That's what this episode should have been called. Behind
Behind
closed
closed
doors.
doors and off camera. That's what it is.
Like,
We had this conversation off camera. And I'm like, I don't care. If it wasn't captured on camera, I really. What New York said, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck.
I don't.
Okay.
I really don't. I really don't.
But I
But
did want
yeah.
to give an honorable mention for my favorite scene, favorite moment. I'm sorry. Just Tag's conversation with his best friend. The best friend told him that he was moving back to Florida, and I feel like this was one of the scenes where we got to see Tag kind of display emotion or emote, other than yelling at somebody else or outside of a counseling session. So this thing kind of just showed like, oh, like Tag can empathize. He does, like, I feel like if he really, really fucks with you, he does display emotions. He does empathize with you. So I was like, oh, he's kind of this scene made him more human to me. So I did like it.
This scene was very interesting to me.
I feel like the tears were a bit forced, but I did feel like he was a bit more human.
I mean, I can see that, and I do. I mean, I feel like shout out to Troy T3, as we love to call him, for being vulnerable and, like, you know, letting us in on his journey to, like, you know, just self-discovery and just dealing with his emotions and things like that. I did think this scene was very interesting because I do feel like it highlights what I've kind of said in the past about Tag, where I feel like it just kind of gives, like, everything is about, he's very self-centered in my mind. And I don't want to, like, psychoanalyze him, and let us know in the chat how y'all feel. I could be dead wrong, you know, disagree, let me know. But it just gives self-centered. Like, I feel like even in that scene with his friend, like, your friend is telling you, first of all, your friend is moving, you know, to a different, you know, back home. Right. And I feel like they're pursuing their dream. So I just feel like, I know that the friend is not a cast member, but I feel like that was kind of a moment where I feel like it could have been more about him. But I feel like Tag kind of made the situation about Tag. And it's like, I feel like if I'm telling you, like, I'm moving, I'm pursuing my craft, I'm finally doing it, I feel like the conversation would be more about that versus like, oh, you're leaving me and you're not going to be here to support me. And it's just kind of like, you only feel away because he ain't gonna be here to support you. Like, if this is your friend, it should be mutual support, right? So I feel like it was just kind of weird that he was more so, like, upset about the fact that his friend is no longer gonna be there. And even when his friend said, like, I'm pursuing, you know, I'm gonna pursue my craft, I'm gonna pursue my passion, it was just kind of like a double blink, and then, well, I'm sad because you're leaving me. And it's just kind of like, well, you didn't even take any time to say, like, I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, that's amazing. You're great. Like, you're going to do what, like, it was just very, like, it's about me. And I feel like I kind of got that in the scene with Seven as well, where it's just kind of like everything revolves around him and his own emotions, and nothing else really matters outside of that. And it's just kind of like, if you're going to have relationships with other people, which obviously we all do, you have to factor in other people's emotions and what other people are going through if you want that same thing in return. So that's why I just feel like I keep rolling my eyes whenever he's like, oh, nobody allows me to feel my emotions. It's like, you can feel your emotions, but it's just like, other people have emotions too. And when they confront you about that, it's just like, you don't care.
Right.
So I'm not saying that they have a bad relationship. I'm only seeing this scene. Like I said, shout out to him for opening up and, like, allowing us into his life and his friendship and his mental health, because he could be lying like some of the other girls on that show, or just sweeping stuff under the rug. But I don't know. The scene was very interesting to me because I'm just like, well, where's the support for the friend and him moving and pursuing his craft? It just seemed very you-centered. And even when the friend was, like, complimenting him, it was very, like, no compliments in return. Like, it was like, and I'm not saying that you need to I'm not saying that the friend was giving the compliments to receive compliments, but it's just like, where's the other side of the support? I'm wondering, like, does Tag support his friend the way that his friend supports him? So it was a very interesting scene. I'm done psychoanalyzing. But let us know your thoughts. Um, but yeah, I just thought it was a very, very, very interesting scene just because we got more look into like Tag and how he handles relationships. Um, I also thought it was interesting that like Tag, it seems like Tag is going through things, and like obviously, I don't think we know fully what it is. He did say that his car got broken into and some things got stolen, but it seems a little deeper than that. Like I'm wondering like what else is going on in his life. It's also interesting to me because he has a whole partner, like a boyfriend, and I know the boyfriend's not on the show, but it's like, aren't you receiving some support from your boyfriend, like your partner, in you know the highest relationship you can be in, like. I don't know. So I just had questions. Um, but yeah, let's get into some notes or some chat because I know I just said a lot. Um, but yes, thank you, Spicy Original, for reminding the people like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Appreciate you for reminding everyone. Let me go back up a little bit. Let's see. Um, Kane said he prefers heavier guys. I don't think Kane is using Tonka. What has he gained? Okay. I forgot that he said that. But yeah, I guess that's a good thing to remember that he did say that he likes heavier people. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a storyline. To me, it just seemed, but I mean, I guess I want to see their relationship blossom more. It is very new. So I guess I'm more distracted by Kane's antics outside of the show, I guess, and just like the things that he's doing on the show. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel that way. Um, Ashley Monet says Tonka sees something in Kane and vice versa. They should be respected by others. Okay, period. Giving them the, I guess, space to grow their relationship. I feel like I'm kind of put off by the disrespect that Kane showed a little bit, but yeah, I mean it's their relationship, and that's for them to work on and develop. They're living together at this point and everything, so it seems to be more than just a show relationship. That's also a good point. Them living together is, it's not like they were a couple on the show and then just went their separate ways. They're living together, so that is a big step. Um, and can't nobody I don't hunch tell me anything or have an opinion on my next relation, i.e. Oliver J. Rico, who all got hit by Kane and are are the most vocal towards the relationship.
Child.
Oof.
Not Kane loving the crew.
Is it giving jealousy? Is it giving jealousy?
I didn't
Is
know
it giving you
Cassadon
weren't
got
chosen?
smashed by
So,
Kane. And Jay,
child.
Jay, that would okay. Because I was kind of wondering if the tension that Jay was displaying towards last, like 2 episodes ago, I was wondering if the tension that Jay Moore displayed towards Kane was sexual. Like,
That
I thought
is
it
a
might
lot.
have been
That is a lot
Kane
going on.
curved Jay. It's kind of giving that, not really giving, but I wonder like
Ooh, okay.
because Kane doesn't really talk about Jay at all, but Jay talks about Kane. Jay talks about Kane more
Mhm.
than Talker talks about Kane. So I was kind of
True.
like,
True.
what's going
I
on with
always thought it
that?
was because maybe like Kane is like not exclusive, but I mean, I don't know what their relationship entails. I don't know if they're exclusive or not, but there is a lot of double dipping going on. You can say that for sure. So I don't know if he's put off by that or what, but someone said in the chat, like I feel like honestly with my friends, like that's your man. Like you obviously you can tap out of this relationship at any point. So baby, if you can come to complain about them to me, but I'm not gonna say nothing because that's your relationship. If you want to end it, you can end it. If you want to say something about it, you can say something about it. So I kind of agree with that, where it's like Jay, I'm more like if Taka is gonna be with this person, they're gonna be with him. Like it's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Um I wonder, is he maybe feeling away because he just ended the situation? So maybe he's still kind of sore about that, and he's kind of like, "You're being mistreated too." Like I don't know. I wonder, does this link back to the relationship he just ended?
That's a good point.
But Iron Ray Serenity said, did y'all find his friend attractive? I was mixed in the chat. I thought he had a nice hairstyle. I thought the hair was interesting.
That's
Yeah,
not
he
the
was
question
okay.
she asked though.
I wasn't mad at it.
Did you find that man attractive?
Wait. I mean, he wasn't my type, but like I thought he was cool. I don't know. Troy, what about you? Since you wanted to reiterate the question.
I'm just send me his father or his uncle. You know, I do that.
Not send me his father.
Yes. Grandfathers. Not grandfathers.
Oh, grandfathers. Period. Okay. Interesting.
Not grandfathers.
Trying to get that.
Be like 67 years old and still be handsome. Yeah, I do grandfathers. So yeah.
Trying to get that Social Security. Okay, okay.
Listen, don't
trying to get that pension, baby.
do not British Williams me, baby. Okay?
Trying to get that pension, baby.
Do not British Williams me, baby. None of that.
Oh my God. I'm just playing. But
no question. Let's say I did do some fraudulent shit with somebody's Social Security number. Are you gonna be my homegirl to my right that's about to swing on the cameraman like, oh girl, that was about to swing on the cameraman for British? Is that gonna be you? Are you gonna be that person?
Baby, that might implicate me. So no. That might implicate me, baby. They may be like, let the record show the court like you was in this shit too.
Oh my God. Then they had British wrapped under the cover. Somebody was like, this TMZ ain't out there, like, who y'all hired from?
Right.
Anyways, but I felt the friend was he was handsome. He was handsome.
Yeah, he was okay. I really liked his style. Mm-hmm. I was more into that. But that's what I said, but that's what Tag always does. His only child, yes, his only child is showing. And I said this before, like, not to go in on only child, people that are the only child. But I feel like they have a tendency sometimes to be like, everything is about me because your parent or both parents cater to you because you're the only child. And I feel like they sometimes kind of like grow up and feel like, well, everybody's supposed to feel that way. And it's like, well, no, now you're in the world with everybody else. You know, our emotions and feelings matter as well. But yeah, Ashley said he was okay. So she agrees with me. Especially Richard said, woo, there were a lot of folks making stuff about themselves this episode. Yes, I agree. Tag was not the only one. But I just was watching the scene like, damn, you're not gonna say nothing about your friend? You're not gonna turn the conversation around to your friend? I mean, I know this isn't about the friend. He's not a character on the show. But at the same time, if you're in the scene with this person, like, let's talk about that as well. Like, let's show that you have reciprocity in your relationships with people. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the scenes I see with Tag, he does not show that. It's very like about me. Like when Jay Twine was even if it was some bullshit, you know, when Jay Twine was letting him know his feelings, he was very like, I think I'm gonna get the mozzarella sticks. Maybe I'll get another beer. Like it was just very like, I don't care. But then when you sit down with Seven, it's like my emotions, you're not like, and it's just like you have to give that interest, that attention to receive it. Like, so but yeah, somebody said there was so much unnecessary drama by making everything about themselves. Yes. I can see a reoccurring theme about that. But yes, Ashley, we will get to it. We actually kind of went out of order on this review.
That's crazy because it's actually the meat market. That's actually my shadiest moment.
Yes.
So like moving on to
that. Yeah.
My, I guess the speed dating meat market, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I said this wasn't speed dating because it's not a blind date if you've met the person already. Two, I said Willa caught astray, as Ronald would say. Yeah, Willa caught astray. It seems kind of set up-ish. Like she said, Willa, they were supposed to do like a screening for bachelors, but it seems like they only selected people that they had already known. So just in my head, when they said speed dating, first of all, let me say, the shady moment for me was DeMarkel Logan not being in charge of this speed dating, baby.
Period.
When they said speed dating,
where's Markel Logan at?
I was expecting like a Lovers and Friends type of tea. They entered a room.
Lovers and Friends,
literally just a group of just single men, and they mingle, and they come upstairs,
Yeah.
and it's like 4 people upstairs, and it's given
I'm
when you go to the corner store after work, and everything that the lunch specials, the everything that they had for the lunch special is now it's just the
it's
scraps.
gone.
It's the scraps. That's what it's
The
giving.
lost and found, baby.
Yeah, that's
It's
what it's
just what,
giving.
what is left.
Like I just like,
Oh my
what
god.
is going on? So I had to watch the after show with Tag to kind of get like clarification, and he really kind of didn't explain. Like he said, there was supposed to be 30 people there, but there was only like 4 or 5 guys there. I'm like, how did y'all? Who
Yeah.
did the pre-screening or who did the screening? Like, I felt
Yeah.
like it should have been somebody who wasn't a part of production, so there wouldn't have been like any bias there. Like, but
It's
it was
funny.
just, baby, that was not speed. It was a kickback. That wasn't speed dating. That was not no damn blind date.
Kickback.
It was essentially a
Baby,
kickback.
that was a kickback. That was a circle.
It was a
A
mess.
group conversation.
It it,
Like,
it was it was ghetto
um
as fuck.
yeah.
Like,
I yeah, when okay, so when they said like they did the screening, I already kind of felt like it was orchestrated. Like knowing this show, like I knew like that meant that y'all probably know these people and that you
mm-hmm.
are you're gonna set up a situation for us to see. And it's just kind of like I think it would have been a lot more interesting if like there were people that you didn't know and just people that you just met. I feel like that would have been a lot more interesting. But like I said, it kind of goes back to the idea of y'all are trying to produce this show
Mm-hmm.
and it's not working because we're seeing the cracks. I think production, I don't know if they orchestrated this. I think Seven and Dom, but I just feel like that should be more in the hands of production
Mm-hmm.
because they're a third party. Like you said, they're not in it. And I feel like they're less likely to like try to orchestrate things to make it seem a certain way to
Right.
make them look good. It's just we're just doing it how we do it, and you're gonna react how you react. So yeah, when 4 people showed up, I was like, yikes. This is canceled. Like in my mind, I'm like, I would have canceled it, but I guess they got the cameras there. Seven rented the space and got a bartender and everything. So I see why they continue to go with it. But I wonder what the requirements were. What was the pre-screening? What did some people get turned away? If so, why? I'm curious as to why they turned some people away.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, at first, okay, so when Tag said he like, oh, I know y'all probably want to date me, but I got a man already. I thought that meant that the guy in the black shirt, I thought he was there for Tag. Because I was like, why would you say that outside of it just being a joke? And I was like, oh, maybe he came there for Tag. Turns out he came there for Dom. But yeah, I just thought that was
So
the
they said he
case.
came there for
But
everybody.
I mean, I love Willa down, but everybody except Willa apparently. But also, I had a question about these men's sexuality because I'm just like, are they into? Did y'all specifically choose people that were, attracted to all genders, trans women, men, women, like, because to me it's like, is that what the pre-screening was for? Because I'm just like, how do y'all know what these men are into, what they like? Are they all just bisexual? Like, I don't know. I think it would have been better if they had a speed dating event for maybe just like trans, with like trans people, like the girls. I think that would have been interesting. But yeah, I just was like, how do y'all know what people are into? That was, yeah, I was confused by that. I thought Seven had the best conversations during the speed dating. Like, I feel like she had the most, like, her conversations flowed. They talked about like things that they were interested in. A lot of them were given platonic, but I just feel like some people it was just like very like awkward. Like like Ashley was saying. And shout out to Blue Devil Babe. I just saw you in the chat. Thank you for being here,
Thank you for
girl.
being here.
Appreciate you. Ma'am, sorry. Thank you for being here, ma'am. But yeah, yeah, a lot of the conversations were awkward. A lot of Oliver's conversations were very awkward. Like I feel like maybe he was uncomfortable, but he was coming across very like just like awkward and like harsh. Like the way he was barking at old boy with the burgundy jacket. Clearly they know each other. But I'm just like, why would you sit down and go, "What do you want from me?" Like,
That
and
was
he
in my
was like,
notes. I
"Shit,
said that's weird.
nothing." Like
That was very
he said,
interesting.
"Shit, nothing." If you gonna be like that, like I was like,
Not
bro,
to mention that Oliver
relax.
did end up picking the suitor in a burgundy jacket. First of all, when he
Yeah.
chose him, did he call him black nigga?
That was also on my notes, and I was like, "Excuse me, like what?"
My
There were so
goodness.
many points in this episode where I was like, "Let me play that back.
Excuse
Let
me?
me play that back.
Yeah,
Move
it
my
was
bang and play that
wild.
back," because
Not only
I
was
was
I confused
confused.
by it sounded like he called him like black nigga, but the
Yeah,
guy that Oliver chose also kind of looks like Quentin Harris, who was one third of the Big Three.
he kind of does.
I said that's real
He
interesting.
kind of does. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
said that's
I that whole situation was awkward. And then when
mm-hmm.
he came up, he was like, "I don't want there to be no shit." And I'm like, "Well, if you really feel a way about this man, why you choose him?" Like, I'm confused. But yeah, it was very harsh, very odd. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say that I dislike Oliver. I just feel like some of the things he does is very off-putting. And I don't maybe he just doesn't have a lot of self-awareness and knows how he comes off, but it's just very like awkward and like
Child, when
forgetful.
you yelling all the goddamn
But
time, you probably won't. Yeah, what is it?
yeah.
Whatever that the balance, the imbalance in your ears off. Like you probably ain't gonna be aware of a lot of
The
shit when you all this
equilibrium,
yelling.
baby.
My goodness, goodness.
He can't hear any off balance. But yeah, I just thought
I
that
I did want to note so the blind date. So Dom
mhm,
sits down with his suitor, red hat, who I said looks like Sherrod, but with dreadlocks. It looks like S Dot, but with dreadlocks. So Dom sits down with his suitor.
you wanna I'm not to cut you off. I was just gonna say, somebody asked if we thought the friend tax friend was cute. I think this guy is cute. If you're trying to glean like who I find attractive, I thought he was really cute. I think he was the
Okay.
cutest guy on the in the little bunch. Two kids, no shade, but he was cute.
And legally married. Let's talk about that.
Legally
And
married,
legally
baby.
married. Let's talk about that. Cause Dom, after the
The
date
way
was
he just
over,
casually threw that out there, I was
and
like,
then Dom was like, I
married.
was just like,
Like,
this is what led me to believe that they had this conversation before. Ain't no way in hell I'm about to go on a blind date and somebody just casually drops, oh yeah, I got 2 kids and I'm legally married. Check.
I said,
Baby, you might catch a can of mates because you playing on my face right now.
oh my
Like,
god, right? I'm like, do you still live with them?
right?
Like,
Don was like, what do you do? He was like, shit, sit at the house, yell at my 2 kids. Like, nigga, you don't go to work.
I
What
said,
you
yo, it's your
doing?
2 kids.
2 kids? I'm like, you talk about fur babies or like two actual. And then he
Not
was
yell at
like,
your
I got
two
11-year-olds. I
kids.
said, oh, this is too much. This is a
Baby,
lot
he said,
going
I
on.
got two of them.
And
I got
it was
two
the
of
fact that Dom, even after
them.
the speed dating, Dom was talking to the group and he was like, somebody was like, hey, he really like you. And Dom was like, yeah, but he got 2 kids. I'm like, bitch, she's legally married. Close your legs to married men.
Right. Close your
Close
legs
your
to
legs
very
to
men,
married
man.
men. I said, not you being stuck on the 2 kids. This man is still married. And look at me being
Right.
shady. My light just went out. But that's all good.
Oh,
We're going to keep it moving. I said, Dom.
I can't. The 2 kids had me
Yeah, they had me.
screaming.
He's like,
I
y'all
was
got 2
like,
kids. I was like,
but the 2 kids and then the married part also had me screaming.
it was
Because
really
he
the
was the
married part
way
that
he casually
I'm so
men
confused.
are so funny. The way they just casually display information that is not something that is
Right?
casual.
Like, it's
I'm
no big
like,
deal. Oh, yeah, I'm
you gotta
still
be
legally
home with your
married.
kids,
Yeah.
bro. Like, no. Oh my god. Um, I remember Serena said, "Wait, which one, Damon?
Yes.
Was
The
it the
one in
one
the
in the
red
yes,
hat
the one with the red hat
and the red
and the
shirt.
dreads? Physically in the way he carried himself, he was the cutest one. But the 2 kids and the married thing gave me pause. I was like, ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. Um,
2 kids.
you said you don't go to work. You just yelling at your 2 kids, like,
Maybe he's
child.
married to Monique and he don't have to work.
I hate
Oh
you.
my
I
goodness.
hate you.
I'm
I
just
hate you.
saying.
I'm so glad I can do that now. Just remove myself from the conversation because you doing the
I'm
most.
just saying. Maybe the girl is married to Monique and he ain't gotta work. Okay? Shout out to that.
I cannot with you. Well, child, Dom, you better look out for that, baby. Like, listen, that would have been a question to ask.
Oh
What's
my
your job?
goodness.
What do you do for a living? Like, what do you do for work? Like, also, not him asking.
Oh my
This
god.
is so small, but it sent me just because of the way Dom talks. But when he asked that man, "You be fucking girls?" I'm like, you could ask him if he's bisexual. Like that would be a better way to ask him. You be fucking girls? I was like, Dom, just ask him if he's bi. Like, what the hell? I'm assuming he's doing more than fucking if he's married. Jesus Christ. I could not. I
Oh my
said, I
goodness.
think he's doing more than just having sex with women if he was married to one. Like, I can't.
Oh man.
Yeah, shout out to Nikolai Drake. This is the first time I think I've
Yes,
ever
thank you
saw
for
you
being here.
in a chat. So thanks for being here. They said it seems like they didn't take into account there being trans women as part of the cast. It was so sloppy. I felt bad for Willa in that scene. Yes, that is something I meant to bring up in the very beginning when we first started talking about this scene. It's definitely giving like it was just slapped together. And like no shade to Seven, because I know it seemed like she had a lot of trouble putting it together. Yeah, it just seemed like they didn't really put a lot of effort into putting it together. Like, was there a flyer? Was there like I'm sure more people would have came out now. Y'all mean to tell me only 4 people came out to date these people?
Right.
Like, no. Like yeah, I don't know. It definitely seemed like they just got some random people to, or not random, but you know, people that they know. They just selected people that were um convenient, I guess you could say. But yeah, I thought it was weird that they just chose these people without caring about their sexuality. Are they into trans women? Are they into gay
Right.
men? Like, what's the tea? So, like you said, I do feel like Willa caught a stray because I feel like people came into the situation already knowing people. So it's just kind of like if I'm the only one that doesn't know, and you know, I pick somebody and they're not even there for me, like, and that's an honest thing. You know, you could pick somebody, be attracted to somebody, and they're not into you. That's
Right.
fine. That has nothing to do with Willa and how attractive she is. She's clearly an attractive woman. And somebody said that her fit was fitting, definitely. The hair was laid as well. But yeah, that's not her fault. And that has nothing to do with how attractive she is. But at the same time, if this is a setup, I would be mad too.
Right.
Like,
Because Willow was
I would
said,
be
like, she
mad
came
too,
up the
for
stairs, she
sure.
said, I see more familiar faces than, like, unfamiliar faces. So
I did peep
it was
that.
just unfortunate because, like she said, behind the scenes, in my face, in my inbox, you know, on my job, and then the cameras are here, and it's like the energy doesn't match what you give, like, on Instagram. So, yeah, it was
Right.
unfortunate that, like, Willa pulled up looking as good as she did, and for, I guess, people to entertain her or, like, jock her on Instagram and then, like, be face to face or just, you know, in a public setting. And it's like, oh, you know, that's not really, I guess, my cup of tea, which is a complete contradiction than what her DM is saying.
Yeah, and I'm not laughing at that. I'm just saying she said she tried to do him a favor and throw him a lifeline. And when I first saw that, when I first watched the episode, I was like, I don't understand what she means, like just choosing him. But I think she meant like this man has clearly tried to get on. Like he's clearly trying to, like he's in everybody's DMs, he's talking to everybody, and like it's kind of the same thing I feel with King Kane, and I don't. It's kind of the same way I feel about King Kane, where it's like you throwing your shot at everybody. And I'm not saying that he's not attracted to Tonka, but I just feel like if you're throwing your shot at everybody, it kind of gives me opportunist vibes, because it would be one thing if you like approached Tonka and was like, yes, I'm interested, or y'all had a moment and now y'all are dating and together. But you throwing your shot at everybody is similar to this situation where it's like you're not gonna have no discernment. You're not gonna choose somebody you're actually attracted to.
Right.
But yeah, I felt bad for Willa in that moment. And somebody even said, bald-headed peon, also known as Pickens. Can I keep
Okay,
calling
I'm
you
about to say,
Pickens?
who?
I feel like
We gotta
Pickens
get used
is
to that.
right. Can I call you Pickens? I'm gonna call you Pickens. Anyway, Also, shout out to Pickens. But it said also everyone dismisses Willa's feelings, and Oliver seemed very quick to want to point out Willa's down moments. I also agree with this. This is something that I also want to highlight. Once we found out that the man wasn't interested in Willa, I feel like Tag and like some of the other people were kind of being shady towards Willa, where it was like, oh, y'all want to go on a double date? You want to go? Even Seven was like, you want to go on a double date with us? And it's like, no, who would want that? Like,
right.
If you are in this situation, please treat people how you would want to be treated in this situation. And I feel like a lot of people aren't doing that or understanding that. It's like, if you weren't chosen, would you want somebody to say you want a third wheel with us, even though my man didn't choose you? Like, like you don't. Like, so yeah, I just feel like it was kind of shady on Troy's part, Seven's part, even Oliver's part. I do think that Oliver asked that question about, did you not choose Willa because you wanted to choose me? I think that was basically his way of saying, like, do you like me? Are you interested in me? And then when he said no, it's not because of that, then he's like, okay, you're not interested in me, so I'm gonna choose Burgundy Jacket. So I feel like he was trying to not get let down, kind of like how Willa got let down, but she caught that stray. So yeah, I just thought that was it was just kind of a mess, honestly. The whole thing was an issue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. His mama named him Pickens, so I'm gonna call him Pickens. My goodness. I hope you're okay with that. I don't want to disrespect nobody. And shout out to Kush Cutie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Kush, right in the just came right in the middle of this.
My goodness. Was that last week when you said Kush Coochie?
That was last time. I said cutie. I said cutie. It was a slip of the tongue. But yeah, the whole situation was a mess. I think that it would be interesting to show the people that went on dates, like the next date. I wish that would be like a scene. Mm-hmm. Like if Dom and this guy are, talking, I want to see them go on a date. Like, I want that to be an actual scene. And, I also think that Seven had chemistry with old boy that worked at State Farm. It was kind of given an advertisement at first because he kept saying that he worked at State Farm, but I think they had some chemistry and they seem to have like common interests. So I would love to see them go on a date as well. But yeah, I would love to see that happen. I said, why was Oliver talking to the dude in the burgundy jacket like he was a little boy? I thought that was very awkward, but we already talked about that. And I said, not Dom being a. You said what?
Straight sunning his ass. My goodness.
What? You know what? Now's not the time for a Nikki reference. But Nikki, these bitches are my sons. You can put it together. Anyway, sorry, this coffee got me hopped up. But I said, not Dom being a hot commodity. One, two menses. Two Mrs. one of him. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. He said, we could be a double date. And he's like, no, that's okay. Like, we could.
But I did say that I feel like this speed dating would have been interesting if the whole cast like participated. Like Cassadine, because he just went through a breakup, and then Jay Moore. And I would have liked to see Tony, the whole cast minus Kendra and Wayne. Because, Kendra slapped the shit out of him in the previous episode. We just don't.
They in timeout right now.
Timeout. They in the corner. Bitch, my son goes to the pocket.
Yes. I'm glad it was me and not you. Or I'm glad it was you and not me.
And I should just exit this motherfucker and just go. I was going to exit this motherfucker and take
How you going to exit me on some shit that you said?
You set me up for it. Anyway, I did say I feel like this would be the blind date speed dating would have been interesting if the whole cast like participated. We were born, Tony, and
I wish it would have been, not to cut you off, but I wish it would have been more of like the trans women. I wish that would have been really interesting, especially since they've talked about dating. But I also want to highlight what Willa said, basically, about like how people be wanting her in public or in private, but in public it's like they're kind of like not into it, or they're trying to like sweep you under the rug. And it's just interesting to me because like I know I've heard trans women say that about like straight men, like men that, are straight or bi, but I guess like I've never heard that from like people in the community, I guess you could say. Like I've heard women talk about that in terms of like straight men, but not gay men. I didn't know that gay men or bi men also like kind of be like, I'm not interested when they see another man. So I thought that was an interesting thing to know. But I know that like that's kind of like a barrier that like trans women have to deal with. Just like people not wanting to publicly claim, being attracted to them, which we all know that people are. So it's just like, yeah, I just feel like that's unfortunate and kind of something they talked about in the therapy session, I guess you could say. So I felt bad for Willa. And I could see like, I would be annoyed in the situation too, but you could tell that the anger was more just like her being uncomfortable and kind of her being hurt. Seemingly more by her friends than like the actual dude, because she was like, I don't care about that dude. But like them hyping it up and kind of like, I don't think they were intentional about it, but it was still kind of like, yikes, But yeah, that was the speed dating. Let us know your thoughts.
Yes, let us know how y'all felt about fuck ass goddamn speed dating. Tag was hosting. I was like, why do y'all need a host? Like, what?
Don't say that, child. Don't say that. Don't say that, baby.
That's actually
don't say that, because that just
that's actually my funniest moment. Well, aside from
yeah.
Aside from J.M. Moore texting with those kitten heels talking about how he wants to punch King Kang in the face. He wants to deck him in the face. I'm like, not Jay sitting in there threatening text messages with these kitten heel French tips on. I live for J.M. Moore.
It's the moment.
And his antics.
Yes, Jay gives Diva a gangsta tea. He gives like the both. What did Don say? I'm Butch. I'm Butch.
He was
70% masculine.
like,
I said, okay.
He said, I'm 75% masculine, 25% femme. And Homeboy was like,
oh,
you help these
did he say Butch Queen?
Masculine, not pigtails, but you will help these bangs. This French roll, you talk about masculine.
Not a French roll, baby.
Shout out to Don.
Come on, 90s high school prom. Like,
I want to go over for
French roll, baby.
Yeah, J.L. Moore talking about decking King Kang in the face with them French tip kitten heel nails on was sending me. But
yeah,
speaking of why did the blind dating that event, why did it need a host? My funniest moment, the big dog versus her auntie 7. But I did want to note that prior to them getting into like this exchange of words, there was like a group outing. They went bowling. Tonka, Twix, Dom. A couple of people went bowling, whatever. And then I just put in my notes that.
Can I highlight a look in this scene?
I'm sorry.
Not to cut you off. I just want to highlight a look in this scene.
Ooh, okay.
I was living for Dom giving an extra in What's Happening, the sitcom. He had the 70s hat and the glasses.
I did.
Definitely giving he was at that concert that Rerun was trying to record when that big ass recorder fell out of his out of his shirt. That's what it was. Like, sorry. But yes, I was happy to see everybody come together.
Speaking of fits, Dom's fits, his fit when he went to Houston for Tag's birthday party or birthday weekend. I think it was the glasses. Yeah. It was kind of like a top that was fitted to his body, and then like cargo pants. I'm like, okay, Dom, like I really like the top. I can't remember like the patterning of it, but I just like that fit. It was really just like right off the runway. I'm like, okay, Dom, turning out looks, but
right.
The bowling night, I did say it was good to see them enjoying themselves, having fun, especially with everything that everybody's been going through with like relationship wise. So, the crew stepped out, they bowled, and 7, which I found so ironic. 7, I'm sorry, Rico, Casadon invited 7, and no shade. I was like, well, if it's kind of just the men's and Tonka, Miss Tonka. Why kind of invite 7? It's kind of like bringing a dark cloud over like the outing, and it essentially did turn into like a dark cloud. They didn't argue anything, but I'm just like, I'm big on aura.
I think Don wanted them to talk.
If we're out having fun. You know, if we're just out, like don't invite or just don't bring the dark cloud. Don't bring negative energy to a group outing. That's gonna fuck up everybody's like aura or atmosphere or whatever. It's gonna fuck up everybody's energy. But just them
I
talking,
can
and then
see
I
that, but
feel
at
like
the
Tag was giving Ice Queen very sociopathic. He was not
baby.
comprehending how Seven was feeling. Very blank. Like this
Yes,
makes
it's.
sense.
And I don't even want to like. I'm not trying to be funny, I swear, but it's definitely given the lights are on, but nobody's home. Like it's very like, just like,
Yeah.
just like I don't. And then yeah, it was giving very weird. But I do feel like Dom invited Seven just so that they could talk. I guess Seven and Troy. Um, because I feel like Troy has an issue obviously, and I feel like Dom is trying to shout out to Dom because Dom really be trying to get people to come together, and even with Wayne, like I feel like he is trying to be more like he's trying to mend the group. I feel like he's trying to do what Oliver fails to do. Like
Mm-hmm.
Oliver be trying to get the girls together, but he also wants to be messy. So it's like, and I'm not saying that Dom ain't messy, but I just feel like it seems more genuine coming from Dom because he doesn't like to like play sides, if that makes sense. He's just getting them together to talk, I guess you could say. But I do understand what you mean, where it's like, oh, like now if this goes left, then it's gonna ruin the whole damn event, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like y'all should just talk on your own or whatever. But but yeah, I agree with you with the whole socio. I mean, I don't like to diagnose people. I'm not calling him a sociopath. It's a joke. But yeah, it was just very strange. Like, especially when I feel like I understand why he wants to talk to her because it's like, okay, do you have an issue with me? Like, what's your issue with me? Like, did you just not want me to host? But once she explains, like, well, I just didn't want to have another person to pay for. Like, I didn't want to have to pay another person, which, makes sense. I understood where she was coming from. First of all, I know she's hosting the event, but like, why is she the only one paying for everything?
Right.
If everybody is benefiting from it. I feel like it's something that everybody should have hosted. It should have been something that everybody participated in,
Yeah,
essentially.
that's why I said I
Everybody
wish
chip in.
the whole cast would have participated.
Yeah. So to me, it's just I don't know. Maybe if more information comes out, then okay. But it seems like they left her to pay for everything, and then was like, well, why can't we have this? And it's like, well, if she plans on paying Troy, and especially if Troy wanted to be paid, it's like, well, if I can't afford that, then I'm not gonna have you. And
Right.
then if she explained like it's an intimate thing, we don't need a host. I feel like he kept taking it personally. Like it was still like, but my feelings. And it's like, bro, she literally just said they didn't, it's not personal. We didn't need a hose. So it's just like you said, it's like all of what she was saying was like going over his head. It was just
Mm-hmm.
like, I just need you to apologize because you made me feel this way. And it's like, that's not her, your feelings aren't her responsibility. Like you can feel how you want to feel, but that's up to you to regulate your own emotions.
Right.
So I don't know.
It's weird because I
Um,
felt like Tag was having. I don't know. Again, I don't want to psychoanalyze him, but I feel like
yeah,
there's a disconnect between like what he wants to hear and what he hears. Like, I feel like,
yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like in his
Um,
therapy sessions, he seems to have like a breakthrough because like Twan isn't like coddling him, but kind of,
mhm.
I don't know. Just watching Tag from last season and from
Tag,
season, him and Seven are kind of the same person. Where is
I put that in my
my
notes.
feelings and my emotions? Because they're both like, oh, I feel second. Well, it's like neither one of y'all are communicating your emotions. So it's like, who's the competition to be like the needier friend, the neediest friend? Like,
Right.
I don't know. So it's kind of
And it
like a look
becomes
at
like
me
a
type of friendship, almost a pissing contest almost between
yeah.
Seven and Tag. Like, I don't
And then
feel
somebody does
genuine.
something and it's just kind of like, I gotta one up you. and then I gotta one up you, and now it's your fault. No, it's your fault. It's like, and I just feel like it was like a simple misunderstanding. Like I feel like upon hearing that she just didn't want to like have a host at all, I feel like if I were Tag, and I'm not saying like he should feel this way, but like if I were Tag, I would be like, oh, okay, well, it wasn't personal. You just didn't want to host at all. And you were probably frustrated that you're paying for these things. And now that's another thing that you might have to pay for. I understand that. But like you said, it just seemed like that kind of went out the window. And even when he was talking to Jay, he reiterated the same thing that he said to her without the context that she just gave him by saying, I didn't think we needed a host. And so it's just like, did you listen to what she said? Or did that just go out one ear, in one ear and out the other? Cause like she literally told you why, but then you went back and repeated the same thing that you said to her to Jay. So it's just like, I don't know. I want to like Tag, but like I feel like it's similar with Oliver, where it's like they do things that rub me the wrong way. And it's like I get we're all a work in progress. And like I said, shout out to him for being able to like be vulnerable and like, you know, allow us on his journey of like self-discovery and like his mental health and the way he handles situations. But I don't know. He kind of gives like emotionally dependent on people. Like he puts his feelings onto other people when it's like, I feel like you as an adult should be like regulating your own emotions. And of course, if somebody makes you feel a way, like let them know. And I think, you know, if she did make him feel a way, she could have apologized. But I feel like he almost wanted to put his feelings on her. Like he wanted to burden her with his feelings. And it's like, well, if she said if it was a misunderstanding, it's a misunderstanding. I don't know what more you want from her. Like, why would she, if anything, she should be apologizing to Dom because apparently she cussed Dom out and hung up in his face. So like, I feel like that's where the apology needs to come. I don't know why she needs to apologize to you. That just seemed like a misunderstanding. So I don't know. Again, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, I know it's kind of emotionally draining.
Yeah,
to go through this,
Seven,
but
Tag, it's not even funny.
Yeah, and Seven, like I feel like Seven, like you said, I feel like they are kind of the same person in a way because they both are terrible at handling conflict. It seems like when they're like when they are confronted with somebody, it's like they just want to deflect. And it's like their emotions is the only thing that matters in the situation. It's like, Seven, did you really need to get up and walk away? Like, couldn't you have talked through this like an adult? It's a really petty situation, to be quite honest. Like, I don't know how y'all feel. I feel like it's very petty. Like, you wanted to host this. She said they didn't need a host. It was a miscommunication that created some inner issue between y'all. It's a petty situation to me. I don't feel like you needed to get up and walk away. I also agree with Tag in the sense that like your hormones, like yes, you're dealing with the hormones, getting different hormones and things like that, but at the same time, like you can't really be acting out and then like blame that. Like I feel like you still got to be in control of yourself,
True.
Because then when does that end? When does that end? You're gonna still be taking hormones, for you're gonna continue to take hormones. So I feel like you have to. That's something you got to work on, So Ashley said, Tag makes people emotionally responsible for him, and being in a relationship with any type of person like that is exhausting. Yes, that's what I was kind of trying to say. Like I feel like he makes other people responsible for his emotions, and it's like, again, like I don't understand why she's apologizing if it was a miscommunication. Like, why is she apologizing to you because you feel away? Well, like that's for you to deal with. Like, and of course, even if she apologized, it's apparently she did apologize. Let's talk about that. She apparently did apologize, and again, nothing. Like he didn't react. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, you did apologize," or "Yeah, you apologized, but I still kind of feel away." Like it was just like I want an apology. And it's like, well, if she apologized to you already, then what do you want from her?
Right.
Her firstborn child? Like, I don't understand. Like, but yeah, Esmone also said, none of them understand time and place. I could never deal with being embarrassed every time we're in public because they don't know how to act. That's also very true. I do feel like they invite them people that don't like each other to like so that they can see each other and sit
Mm-hmm.
down. But I feel like some of these people don't know how to act in public, and then it just erupts into like this big issue. And it's just like, damn, I'm not gonna invite y'all no more because every time we go out, people looking at us like Pickens said, what was the creepy music playing behind Seven when she was finding what to say? That was sending me, especially the pause, because the pause felt like forever. I was just like, what's she gonna say? Like, what's going on? Like, um, but yes, Neek Houston orange green outfit was definitely my favorite look with the pigtails, made it even cuter. Yes, it was cute, kind of giving a Coolio tea, like, but I live for it. Um, but yes, when Dom said he was bushwhacked his eyelashes, I hollered, yes. I live for Dom though. He is such a key.
Yeah, Dom is
Yes.
a key.
Bad enough eyelashes while saying you bush. I said, okay. Is Butch Queen. Category is Butch Queen. Like, you're for it. How could anybody say no to Willa in that outfit? She was gorgeous. But
Yeah, she did
that's
look
one
really
thing
good
that
in
I
that
thought
outfit.
about. Like, yeah, she looked good, but like I was wondering, like, are they attracted to women? Are they attracted to trans women? Like, what is the they'd never say anything about that. So it's just like if I was there and I sat down with Willa, I'm giving her her tens, you're gorgeous. But it's like if I'm not attracted to you, that what can we do? You know, and I don't think that that's her fault or even really his fault. It's more of like the people that put it together because it's like why am I gonna be that would be like if it's a speed dating event and like me and a straight man get put together. It's like, well, what we gonna do? Like, what the hell we gonna do now? Like, what's gonna happen? Because we're not into each other. We're not a match. So yeah, I don't know. Um, she says she apologized off camera and in text, so probably like what the hell? Yeah, it's like, and then if this happened, you know, weeks ago, months ago, and then you're bringing it back up, it's like for what? Like I would also think like you're doing it for a story or you're doing it for the show because it's like we talked about this already. So it's just like, why are you bringing it up now? What more do you want from me? Like we had this conversation already. So I don't know. I looked at the after show. I feel like Tag was talking about stuff that had really nothing to do with the situation. Like,
Mhm.
oh, like I'm the reason why you're friends with Willa, and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, if you want an apology, she already apologized. What more do you want from her? Like, when Seven walked away and Tag asking her why she was walking away, don't Tag do the same thing at the goal? It's definitely mirroring last season when he walked away from Oliver. Also, not him saying, you're being dramatic. I said, Tag, you of all people calling somebody dramatic, pot, kettle. Like,
That's the big dog, though.
let's not.
That's the big dog.
Come on now. Having that emotional breakdown after calling yourself a big dog, that's drama. That's drama, baby. Drama 101. Um, they are two sides of the same coin. They both walk out. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I feel like if Tag had that conversation with a different person, he probably would have walked out too. I think just because I think he's a little more articulate about his feelings than Seven seems to be, or just he was more invested in the situation than Seven was. So I feel like that's why he stayed and she walked out. But if that was somebody else, he probably would have walked out too. Like, but yeah, um, it's definitely given the Spider-Man meme. Yes, like, and I'm sure y'all already know what we're talking about. But
Yes.
to move on to something else, Troy's B Day. I like to see an original on the show on the very last season of this series. Like I'm glad that they were able to have an original Cam, who was on the first season
Mm-hmm.
of um, who's on the first season of the show. So shout out to him. It was good to see him. Him and Ike in Houston. Um, I thought it was funny when Cam was like, I think it was Dom that was like, yeah, I might move to Houston. Houston is cute. Houston is this and Houston is that. And he was like, well, there's room. Come on through. And I'm like, how are you a transplant talking about there's room? Like, I know the native Houstonites are like, don't come here. Like, no, it's full.
My
Like, you know,
goodness.
everybody, like, every native of a big city is always like, no, don't come here. It's full. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, they're like that. New York, they're like that. So, yeah, I just thought that was funny. You like, yeah, there's room. It's like, how you know? You just got there. Like, um, but I also peeped how Cam took a sip of his drink when they said that Kane was in Atlanta. Baby, he know he a business. He said,
My
"Oh, child,
goodness.
buckle up, buckle up, because you already know he do the most." Like, I feel like he was having flashbacks, like PTSD or some shit. Like he
My
was just like,
goodness.
"No, I do not want to deal with that."
Did you have a
But yeah,
a favorite of the episode?
my favorite this episode. That's a good question. I think my favorite of the episode would probably have to be. I don't know if I really had a favorite. I mean, y'all know who I live for. You know, I live for Tonka. I live for Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Live for Jay. Um, yeah, I don't. I can't say. I guess I feel bad for Willa for like what happened to her, like the whole like situation with the speed dating. I'm glad she didn't blow up or freak out. She
Mm-hmm.
kind of went in the confessional, but like she kind of, you know, she composed herself well during the speed dating event. So I guess her. Um, who would you say?
Okay, I
No,
said
sorry, Dom. I'm sorry, Dom. Of course, Dom. I knew I was missing somebody. I mean, love Willa down, but I think Dom was probably my favorite. Sorry.
okay.
Um, yeah. You know this coffee got me all over the place.
My goodness,
But
honey, girl. I just
but
said
yeah,
Tony was my
like
fave. She's been
okay,
MIA, but she came back, correcting the people about proper
yes, corrected
pronouns,
the girls.
and
Hmm.
so I said yes, Tony, yeah. But Dom was also my favorite because Dom was like a kid, 2 kids. I said he's
Yeah,
married Dom. Like, worry about that first.
yes. And Dom coming back during when they were bowling and
Like, what I miss?
Troy and right, and he was like, "She's," and I'm like, "Why are you so happy?" He was talking to that man, talking to him in the bathroom. I said, "Okay, he got you smiling."
Right,
Very interesting.
baby, it's giving.
Okay,
I'm about to sneak in the bathroom and go talk on the phone. Like, he
hey.
said, I've been FaceTiming
And he
this
was on
boy.
FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they were showing on FaceTime. That's what I want.
My goodness.
I mean, because you could have been on FaceTime in public, but he said, "Let me go to the bathroom and see what's going on." I said, "Okay,
It's more private.
very
He
interesting."
was probably able to hear the phone call of FaceTime better.
Mhm. More private, more
My
private, more
goodness.
privacy to see your privates. I get it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Um,
My
Wilson.
goodness.
Oh. The ATO girls be coming to Houston, bringing that Bulldog Fight Club energy. Staying the A with all that. Yes, I get it. Not
I
the
was happy that
Bulldog Fight
when we
Club
went to Bulldogs, there
energy.
wasn't a tussle.
No, but that was earlier in the day though that
True.
we were at
True.
Bulldogs. Yes, but we did see an argument transpire. So, child,
We
maybe that
did.
was the start of the
We
bullshit.
did. So maybe we got out just in time.
Yeah, shout out to Bulldogs. Who's showing privates in bathrooms or closets? I mean, you never know, child. Dom kind of gets a little freak.
My
Maybe I don't
goodness.
know. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, that was my favorite. You said your favorite. Did you have a letter grade for this?
I did. I gave the episode I gave it a B minus just because of all the scenes of
Okay.
like the cast being together. Like I said, I felt like this episode was more focused on the group being together and hanging out. So I gave it a B
Mhm.
minus. I might knock it down to a C just after we dissected the meat market. So yeah, I'm still giving it a B minus. I'm gonna still give it a B minus.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a C plus, to be quite honest.
Okay.
There were some funny moments, but at the same time, I didn't really. It was very like emotionally draining,
Mm-hmm.
and like I feel like when I want to see drama, I feel like I want the drama to be like lighter. I mean, this was a light topic; nobody died or anything, but like I just wanted it to be more fun. I just feel like dealing with these people's feelings and like the way that they handle conflict is just very annoying to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, not that I'm above it, because everybody deals with conflict differently. But yeah, I don't know. That just kind of drained me. So I feel like that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. But we still saw some good things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the scene with Oliver talking about his business, I thought that was pretty cool. I just love to see scenes where people give us an insight into their business and like, he talked about how like, you know, being a business owner, like there's a lot of things that you have to deal with. Taxes, there are more taxes and yeah, I just thought that that was a very interesting conversation that he had with his accountant, and just seeing him grow from being on at the beginning to like where he is now with
Mm-hmm.
his business. It's great that he started the business and had enough confidence and self assurance to like start it and keep going. So I appreciated this scene from Oliver and him also giving back and like wanting to have an intern, you know have somebody be a part of his network and have
Mm-hmm.
him having a son, if you will. Shout out to Onika.
My
Um, you
goodness.
know, but not in a bad way, just in a like, um in a a mentee mentor relationship, I guess you could say. But yeah, I thought that that was really cool. He said Funky was his mentor, Funky Dineva. And I said that makes a lot of sense. Like
Wait,
I'll
Twitch
just
said
say
Funky
that.
Dineva was his mentor? My goodness.
Yes, sir. I said that makes a lot of sense. A whole lot of sense. But yes, I thought it was a good scene. I thought it was funny how he kept saying he don't want to end up in jail. I'm like, I think people end up in jail for tax evasion when they're like actively avoiding paying taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you'll end up in jail if you make a mistake. I think they'll just audit you and correct it. But he said he don't look good at he won't do well in prison. I said, yeah, you're right. You're
My
right. I'm trying to go
goodness.
to prison.
He could be
Um,
he could be submitted
but
with British
the
Williams.
girls, uh,
That would be interesting.
that is shade on multiple levels. And
My
I'm
goodness.
fighting the urge to not do my second walkout. After we just talked about people walking out for no reason, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay.
My
Um,
goodness.
yes, he had some interesting wording during that meeting. Yes, for sure. Oh my god. But yeah, I thought that that scene was cool. I just wanted to highlight that. But yeah, that was pretty much all of the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry we kind of went out of order. but um but yeah. Any other thoughts? Troy, do you mind sticking around for a little bit?
Oh, I don't
Um
mind.
just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Uh pouring that pouring a fresh glass. I see you. Um I'm sorry. I'll probably carry on this coffee, but yeah.
My
Um
goodness.
yeah, we're definitely down to chat a little bit. Oh, so the King Kane drama, child. I, I I didn't know about it. Shout out to Troy for briefing me on the whole situation. It's giving spiral. No shade. Why are you going live at 5 o'clock in the morning? Aren't you asleep? Don't you have things to do? At the crack of dawn, baby.
My
Was the crust
goodness.
in his eyes? I'm just wondering.
It
Did
was
he
given
go to
he hadn't been
sleep?
asleep in
Like
like
it's
20 hours.
oh my god. I can't.
It was given that he
Not
hadn't
that
slept.
pour was crisp, baby. That's that Bacardi, baby.
Not just spilling my tea.
Very crisp.
My goodness.
Well, I guess I did help spill the tea by highlighting it, but still, like a lot of the tea was spilled, so I'm just following suit. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch the live because I hope somebody saved it. Or maybe not. It's for the best. because it seems very embarrassing,
So
to be quite honest.
it might be like a
Um,
snippet on like TTB, but I'm pretty sure Instagram flagged the fuck out of that goddamn live. Like,
mm-mm.
no.
Well, he was saying something about getting peed on last live, and it's like
On Tonka's live.
strange. Yeah.
And no shade, but this is the second time
Did
that
he
Cam has
pee?
mentioned like somebody has been pissed on. And I'm wondering if he was doing the peeing, the pissing. I'm
I
wondering
was just about to ask that
if
very
Cam is
same
doing the pissing.
question. That's a mess.
Not you pissing
I'm
on the
so
people,
sorry.
then kink shaming them. My goodness.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong. I mean, I'm not into that. You're into that? You're not? I'm not into that. But like, if you're into that, you're into that. I feel like it is kind of messed up to like participate in something like that with somebody and
Mm-hmm.
then turn around and throw it in their face. Because if you peed on Oliver, then you participated. You were into it. You allowed it to happen. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of messed up. But again, shout out to our Hot Boys of Houston reviews. I said that like maybe a couple years ago. I was in confusion of why people were moving the way they were moving, but now that I see that people are in these sexual relationships,
Because they
I'm
fucking
like, it makes a lot of sense.
because
It
they
makes a lot
fucking.
of sense now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm traumatized now because whenever I feel like Akeem, shout out to G Status. Whenever somebody has an argument or somebody gets into it, was y'all having? Was y'all messing around? Because
Yeah.
now I'm triggered. Now I have PTSD because I just feel like
My
that's always the case now.
goodness.
Like, um, I'm also Mr. Kane drama, Ashley. I don't know. I mean, I got briefed by Troy on what happened, but apparently Kane went live at in the crack of dawn, baby.
3 hours
The
in the
sun
morning,
ain't even in the
baby.
sky yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess just talked about how he fought Oliver, beat up Oliver. Apparently, don't know where this happened. Didn't happen at the reunion because that hasn't happened yet. But yeah, fought Oliver, beat up Oliver. Was having sex, or Oliver and Jay were having sex. Uh, I guess he also was having sex with them. Am I right, Troy?
Oliver was
Oliver was having sex with Kane.
Oliver was munching on Jay's ex.
Oh, so Oliver was sleeping with Jay's ex, but Oliver he didn't say that he and Oliver had.
No, Kane said that Oliver and Jay were messing around, and then he also alluded to Oliver messing with Jay's ex.
Okay, I'm just wondering how he knew he liked water sports. That's what I'm just kind of wondering, because
Kane,
that's what I thought that Kane.
yeah, I'm thinking that Kane sprayed Oliver, and that's how he got the information.
So they did have in
That's what I'm
some way.
thinking. Remember, Twix and Kane said that their relationship was touchy feely.
Touch and go, baby. Shout out to
So
Nashe.
now I'm wondering if Twix got that shower before or after the BBL. Like, not you spending that much time. Don't exit because I'm not finished. But not Twix spending all that time in surgery and the recuperation, the recovery time, just to get pissed on, and not a man that's spilling all your tea.
Ciao. Well, I hope them stitches heal. That's I don't think that.
I need Twix to just clap it in Kane's face just one time at the reunion. If Kane started going off, I need
Well,
Oliver
they
to just stand
were.
up and clap it.
Remember when they were the first couple episodes, they were very sexual with each other. I forgot all about that.
They were.
Once he got the ass, he was like, "Can I touch it? I want to touch it. I want to." Yeah, and I was like, "Hmm."
And Twix said,
So
"I'm still
maybe that,
healing."
and maybe that's what Twist was talking about. Yeah, and maybe that's what Twist was talking about when it came to Tonka. But if y'all had, I want to know more about that than about y'all flirting. But maybe that's something he just wanted to keep on a hush hush. Child, y'all gotta stop having with these people because it always ends up in regret.
My
Like,
goodness.
I'm all for sexual. I'm all for having, but at least make sure the coast is clear before you have. Look both ways before you cross the street. That would be my lesson of the episode. That's my lesson of the episode. Look both ways before you cross the street, because baby, you dip your toe in this pond, and then it just always end up backfiring. He sure did. Aired it out. My goodness. I also can't see that. I don't know. I don't. I've never seen either one of them really tussle. I don't even know why I had to get to that point, but it
They
is
were
what it
fucking
is,
fucking and
child.
fighting.
I
That's
don't
interesting.
know. It is Atlanta though,
But
so
I said that's that Atlanta gaze for you.
as long as there's no mace and no taser and no knife, just all that,
Twirling with bleach,
no weapons,
twirling with knives and bleach. And I said they dancing
child.
with kitchenware. Completely different twirl,
Not
baby.
a not assault and battery. Like,
Right. Ashley
oh my
Monet
god.
said that she did have a question for us. So yeah, did you want to drop the link?
Ooh, sure.
Let the
Yes.
people come on, ask their
Let's see.
questions. Yeah,
Yes,
because Kane
definitely
went live, baby.
welcoming
I
some
think I was still getting
callers.
dressed for work, and Kane was on live Friday morning with that bullshit.
Jesus.
Mm.
Friday morning.
I need to stop. I
Was he
need to stop
drunk?
turning my ringer off. Well, actually, if I was up Thursday night, Friday morning, I would have been exhausted Friday. So it's probably a good thing that my phone was on silent, because I would have been up all night in the bullshit. Wouldn't got no goddamn sleep. But
I cannot. Feel
it
free to
is.
join. We'll definitely take on, a couple callers before we head out. Let us know what you thought about the episode and the drama that's coming through. But yeah, I just feel like this is a lot going on. And ooh, okay, I want to make sure she camera ready before just give me a thumbs up before you oh well, or just put in the chat like when you're ready to come through, Ashley. Or yeah, Ashley. Um but yeah, this is just very, very strange. I wonder what the reunion is gonna give now that all this drama is happening.
She is ready.
Oh, she okay. Hey Ashley, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, hear
Yes,
you.
thank you for joining us, Ashley. Happy
Yeah,
Saturday.
thanks for giving your
Happy
input.
Saturday. Thank you for keeping me company while I'm working.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for joining
Yes.
us. How
Are
was
you
your
doing
weekend
orders
going?
again?
Actually, this week is my son's birthday, so I'm going crazy for him.
Okay. Happy birthday to him.
Thank
Ooh,
you. But
a
my
week before.
question is,
Yes, happy birthday, but a
if
week before
you could
Christmas.
choose your all-star web reality cast, any show, what 5 or 6 people would be
Ooh,
on your cast?
that is very interesting.
Okay, that is a very good question.
Hmm.
So I think I would
I
just
think
cast 5 people. I would just
okay.
cast
Yeah, I like a
five. So
small
my five
cast.
would be from all the shows that we reviewed: Devon,
Ooh,
Willa, Aubrey from the Come Up.
ooh, that's
Um,
real interesting. That's a lot of people to choose from.
oh my goodness, I feel like I'm about to do the dolls. So Ariel, Aubrey, Twixt, Devon, and see the Shit We Do for Love. Noel from the Shit We Do for Love.
Ariel, you said Ariel, Aubrey, Twix, Devon,
And Noel from the Shit We Do
and
for Love.
Ariel, Aubrey, Twix. Ooh, that's a lot. And I
That
don't
was
It
think
is a
Ariel is
lot.
wild.
gonna
And I know
score
Devon and
that.
Noel are gonna be doing the absolute most. So that's gonna
Absolute
it's banking
most.
on those two personalities. And I love Ariel because I feel like Ariel will bring the grind, the chasing, because Ariel is like a jack of
Mhm.
all trades. Um
Right.
Aubrey is gorgeous, model face. And then
Hmm.
Twix, I feel like Twix also has like a really Twix is messy, but he also has like the
Yes.
everybody knows. I was Twix is a messy ass bitch. Whatever one in the paint said. My
Yes.
goodness, but yeah, that would be my five. That would be my five.
I think
Also,
what
let
do
us
you,
know
the way
in
he's
the comments like who you guys would select for an all-star cast.
yes.
What about you, Ian?
I think I would choose 5 people as well. So the first people that came to my mind, I would probably choose Nakai from the Come Up,
Okay.
New York.
My
Very
milkshake
funny.
comes twice.
Yes, a moment. Um, Another one I would choose December. I feel like December is just really funny, kind of problematic and does a lot, but I feel like he creates a show. I will say that. I give him, his flowers. He does create a show, so I would love to see him just on a full season of a show, I guess you could say. Um, I would also probably cast who else was I gonna say? I got three people left. I would probably choose damn. I just had them lined up in my mind. So Nakai, I would choose December. I would choose Trey Howard. I
Not
would
the
also
dolls.
choose the dolls. Maybe like, and then two more people. I feel like I need two. I need some woman feminine energy. So I would probably choose. I don't want to make it the whole come up cast, but I would probably choose. Damn, some women. I would choose Ariel as well, and then I would also probably choose. Probably like Nicole Ray.
Okay.
Maybe. Or you know what? Lauren England. Boom. That's what I would choose.
I forgot about Miss Lauren England.
Oh,
Okay.
messy.
Yeah. Right. That would be a messy ass season. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, feel free to give us your who
I
would be
think
your
for
top
me,
five?
I would add Rico,
Okay.
Carl, definitely Carl,
I forgot about Carl.
Yes,
Was really
Carl.
good.
Yes. Oh my god, Carl.
December.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know between Devon or Sky.
Ooh. I
I
feel like
think
Divine is
I
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say I
Divine
think Sky because he does have some common sense. Like Devon just be all over the
is
place.
true. He be losing it, yeah.
And then I think Nicole Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Nicole Ray. I thought she was shady, but once she let go of that whole color wearing green, not wearing green in my house thing, she was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely see that. Do you watch any of Gemini Films content, Ashley?
I do, but I feel like they all act like they still in high school. It's a lot of like real immature young people drama, and I feel like I'm kind of at the point where it's like, that doesn't interest me so much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that
Okay,
makes sense. That's fair.
it definitely gives Shade Room tea. What is it? Shade Room
Shade
team?
Room teams.
Isn't that like a blog? It
Yes,
definitely gives
Shade
that
Room
vibe.
teams.
It does. It gives that. I'm liking the conversations about how to be a good friend and being an only child,
Mhm.
doing the therapy sessions. Like that's like a little bit more where I'm at in my life, I think. So that's more interesting to me at this
Right.
point.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashley, are you by chance a fan of the Circle franchise by Our View TV?
Yes. So I don't know if you remember they had Billy Hood on there.
Mm-hmm.
I that was my best
Okay.
friend growing up, so that's how I got into watching that show.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow. Okay.
Oh,
That's dope.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, because yeah, when you said you kind of you look for certain, I guess, traits when you watch like television shows. So I was just like, oh, like I feel like the Circle might kind of be like,
The circle is kind of like that.
yeah,
Yeah. I
okay,
could
that
definitely
I
shows
see
need to
that.
catch up on the current season then.
it's a key.
Yeah, it's a key. Yeah,
It's a
when it
Yeah, I'm
comes
gonna
out,
catch up.
I feel
key.
like Spicy
But
Original
thank you
said,
so
Nardini.
much.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
thank
Yeah, thank you
you.
for coming on.
Yeah,
Such an
thank you for
interesting
coming on.
question. I feel like people in the
Again,
chat should definitely.
yes, tell your son happy birthday again. And I just know
Yes.
your weekend's about to be crazy considering that Christmas is like next weekend.
I
Oh
So
hate
yeah.
him having a Christmas birthday by Christmas because I don't want to jip him on, either one. So, but
That's
thank you
real.
guys. I gotta go shopping. See you guys or talk to you guys soon, hopefully.
yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy your weekend,
Yes.
Ashley.
Talk to you soon. Thank you for being here.
You too. Bye.
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 Yes.
I love having people on. If anybody else, wants to come on, not behave, no, I'm just playing. But if anybody else, wants to give their thoughts, that was a really interesting question. I mean, I don't think we've ever answered it, but Spicy Original said Gardini, Akeem, Carl, Grayson. I'm so sorry, I forgot about Carl. Carl is such a key.
Carl
Yeah, who would
is
I
the key.
remove then? Ooh,
I feel like I would
might have to
remove
remove
Twix and put Carl
Ariel.
in.
Yes,
Or I
I'm
would
here for
remove
that.
Aubrey and probably put Carl in. Because I feel like Ariel
Yeah,
is enough feminine energy to carry like a show bar. She carried Chasing Dollars by herself. So she can definitely be
true,
the only female on a show full of guys and hold her own. So yeah.
true. Yeah, she's mother. She's like,
Mother, baby, she jumped out the car in the heels and sold that dress in like 20 minutes.
right?
I said, God,
Like,
okay,
baby, it's
Superwoman.
right.
Yes, I just
Superwoman.
adore Ariel. But yeah, Ariel is, yeah, I love her.
Yeah. But yeah, I think these are all like good choices. Definitely people that, have made a name for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And people remember. Um, she also said, and maybe Pyro. Pyro, Pyro, Pyro. Is
Maybe if
Sweet
he not
coming with
attached
him?
to sweets, because we don't need
I
sweets.
was just about to say that.
Doing stuff with the coworkers. Like, so no.
Yeah, I
Listen,
can't. It's
if HR exists around this time that we form this show, then yes, maybe I'll bring Pyro on my show.
right.
But baby,
I can't.
shout out
Oh
to
my
Pyro.
God. Yeah, shout out to Pyro. The reviews for the reviews for it um do go on NYC. I'm sorry, my brain. I feel like I should have I should have eaten more, but this coffee is like really like burning in my body. Anyway, the reviews for it, Key and Carrie do on the Circle NYC are great. Yes,
Thank
yes, they
you.
are very good.
Thank you, Piggy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. But
Yes.
yeah, definitely check out our reviews um, of the NYC, the Circle NYC, and thank you for Pickens for reminding the people and complimenting us.
Yes.
But yes, yeah, I think that might just be the end of it. I need to put something in my stomach because this coffee is wreaking havoc on my body and brain.
Yes.
But yes, thank you for everybody that came through.
Yes.
And
Chopped
yeah,
it up in the comments with us on this good Saturday.
Child, I got some editing to do because baby, all this drama. I'm like, child, what's gonna happen? I'm curious.
Crazy. So I guess thank King Kang for presenting us with so much chaos that we had so much to talk about, talk through during this live.
Right.
Also, the episode wasn't bad. Like I said, I liked it. It focused on just the group, the cast hanging out in groups and bonding. I feel like this is what a season finale should be about. I wish we got more events. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this season. Hopefully it brings I don't know what I hope it brings, but just
blessings,
less drama,
a little
more
mess,
chasing, more lights, and just more positivity. It's already so much going on, like just inside like the LGBTQ community, and there's so much going on outside. I just want the positives to be highlighted.
Yes, I agree. I think the balance. We always talk about the balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree with you. Like I thought the episode was okay. Like I do think this season is a little wonky, no shade. I do feel like, shout out to Andario who's on it with the editing and just the production, but I think the stories and like the people is kind of where it's like you see the seams. Especially since I feel like when people start to produce themselves and try to keep stuff off camera, I feel like that's when things start to fall apart. No shade, we kind of saw that with the Shit We Do for Love, where people were so obsessed with trying to like curate their own image of the like how people see them on the show. So yeah, I do want less of that. I do want more of production taking on that. But it's gonna be interesting to see people come together for the group trip if they still have one. Just seeing everybody in the same room will be really interesting, or in the same space will be very
Mhm.
interesting. I don't know if Seven really quit. Please feel free to put in the chat if she actually did. Because
Well, she came back
let's
to
quit
film
and
her
come right
grandchildren
back.
in a new look, so I don't think she really quit.
A mess. And that's something I would expect her to do. Quit and then be back the next episode. Like, yeah, I decided to come back. You know, it's just like, okay, girl.
Mhm.
Well, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I will say like this episode, I do feel like we were very critical of the people on the show, and I just want to say like, you know, we were critical, but like I still feel like I have love for like everybody on the show, and
Mhm.
shout out to everybody that is willing to put at least some aspect of their life on the show. And, because I feel like it's hard, especially when you have people like critiquing you and like having their opinions about you. I feel like not a lot of people are used to that, but
Right.
yeah. Shout out to everybody on the show. And yeah, definitely look out for our edited review of this show,
Mhm.
this episode. It's going to be shorter, of course, but yeah, you'll get even more of our thoughts on this episode in an edited format. So, um, yeah. Anything else, Troy, before we head out?
No, let's just not no. I always say no, and then I proceed to talk. I just want
And
to
then say
thank
something. Yeah,
all the good
I did
people
that
for
too.
coming through and keen and carrying with us on the Saturday. For chopping it up in the comments. We really love engaging with you guys, having conversations with you guys. We love when you guys like we keep up with the shows and just well,
Mhm.
we can have like the conversation back and forth. Like if we like something and you guys disagree, or if you guys like something and we kind of feel some type of way about it, we like having that talk with you or having
The
that
back and
conversation
forth.
with you guys in the comments. So again, thank you to everybody that came through. Well, let me just say thank you
Yes.
to everybody that's come
Also,
through the entire
homosexual.
year.
Not to cut you off, but
Thank you
yes,
for coming
homosexual
through,
made it to the
homosexual.
end.
Yes,
Yes, coming through, and yes, making it to the
baby.
end.
But
Appreciate you.
yeah, thank you for spending 2023 with us at Key and Carry, for
Mhm.
all of your support, your
Yes,
views,
more
your
to come, of
comments.
course.
Again, like Damon said earlier, um, please like, comment, subscribe. We're still on our journey to 500 subscribers. And yeah,
Yes,
just thank you guys for like all your support and keying with us on this good Saturday.
yes. Thank you, Spicy Original, for just your positivity.
Yes.
Definitely a familiar face.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yes, one of our besties. But yes, I just wanted to add, like, yes, I just love the community that we've built, this little
Mm-hmm.
group that we've built. I enjoy everybody that comes through and gives their
Yes.
commentary, whether they agree or disagree. And I
Mm-hmm.
just appreciate y'all for spending time with us. Like, we're a small channel, and I enjoy just seeing familiar faces and making connections with y'all. So.
Right.
Um, yeah. Have a good Saturday.
Yes.
Enjoy. Hopefully you're nearing into the holiday break where you ain't got to do too much work. So,
Out to that.
yes, this has been yes, this has been Key and Care where we key.
And we carry.
I'm Damon,
I'm Troy.
and we will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Yes.
Bye,
Peace.
y'all. Bye, Will.
Have a good weekend, guys.